Eagles beat them 40-29. Kind of got respectable, but then really wasn't all that respectable. Back out to the link, we find Saints color analyst Deuce McAllister. Deuce, adversity, man. You guys talk about it all the time. Football teams battle adversity. This is the most adversity this Saints team has had really since 2016 when you consider they haven't had a 3-game losing streak since 2016.
Well, definitely adversity. And I think, obviously you have to just compete. And I don't think that this team competed well enough in the first half. And so understanding and knowing who you are as a group and as a unit and just having a good grasp of what you want to do. And, you made too many mistakes. And it's unfortunate because you played well enough in the second half, but you just had too big of a gap to overcome. And, obviously we know the final score, you end up losing by 11, but you at least competed in the second half. The first half, I thought you just allowed them to do too much of what they wanted to do, and you didn't impose any will to kind of stop them.
How about that last touchdown run from Jalen Hurts, though? I mean, that was about as great of a highlight as you can imagine for Jalen Hurts.
It'll be all over the TV. I mean, NFL Network, ESPN, everybody will play it, and that's the type of player he is. And I said, I don't know if we got a hand on him. I think we did get 2 hands on him, but I mean, the final one was Roby as he was crossing the goal line. I think PJ had a shot at him, but the play has to be made by Granderson, and he kind of slips. I mean, it's just a sudden cut there by Hurts, and you figured that he would be the guy that wants it in his hands to kind of make the play and make the decision hard on the Saints, and that's exactly what he did.
Trevor Siemian, 22 of 40, 214, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 1 a pick 6. I know, Deuce, a lot of people are going to look at the quarterback position and scream that Taysom Hill should be playing, but ultimately Taysom Hill didn't look like he was even going to be healthy enough to play this game. And I don't put all this on Trevor Siemian. Do you?
I put a lot of it on Trevor as far as some of the decisions. I mean, you've got to see and you've got to trust some guys, and I thought this was the first game that he didn't really trust everything that he was seeing up front. And look, I can't say that I don't blame him, because there were some opportunities where you've got to move in the pocket. You couldn't just sit back there at one spot. You had to move in the pocket and work that pocket. I mean, but I thought early on, outside of really late in that third quarter, they were sitting on everything. I mean, and so if that's the case, then I've got to know that I've got to push this ball down the field. If not, they're going to jump the routes, and that's exactly what Slay did. And, your receivers have got to help you as well. You go to the back, the first play, the back shoulder throw to Callaway. You can't let the defense come in and just dig that ball out. Steven Nelson was able to dig that ball out, and that kind of set the tone right away for that Saints offense. And, man, you're behind the numbers or the sticks already. Don't help them be able to stay in the game.
The Saints fall 40-29 at the Philadelphia Eagles' hands. This is the Toyota Locker Room Show. Toyota, let's go places here on the New Orleans Saints Radio Network. They're now 5-5, 40-29 in Philadelphia against the Eagles today. The Eagles run their record to 5-6. Deuce, short week now. What's the approach now? Riding a 3-game losing streak, playing the Buffalo Bills, who lost today. We're going to be an angry football team coming in Thursday night.
Well, the Buffalo they're dealing with the same thing. I mean, it's a short week for them, and so you're playing at home. You've got to be able to feed off of that home crowd. You're going to play an electric quarterback as far as Allen is concerned. He has an arm, and he has some weapons outside. The biggest thing for me is, I don't know how well they run the football, and so the Saints will have to have a nice scheme as far as what they want to do, how they want to kind of pressure the quarterback, who do we want to leave in one-on-one matchups and different things of that nature. But from an offensive standpoint, you've got to figure out, all right, what are we going to do offensively? What's our identity? What are we going to try to be? If you don't get any of your offensive guys back, whether that's Alvin or some of the tackles, then, you've got to have a solid plan and kind of stick to that plan and not deviate too far from that plan. I can tell you, you're going to get man coverage. And if they feel like that you're just going to run nothing but underneath routes, they are going to jump those routes again.
Demario Davis had 1 tackle today, Deuce. I'm surprised by that. 1.
Not necessarily surprised. They were able to get up on him. They were able to get up on him. They had a really nice plan as far as to kind of negate and take him out of what they were trying to do. The Saints would go a light box, and so Demario would be the guy that was out in coverage when they went empty. And so a couple of times he was in the box, but he was really covering one of those receivers. And so, you have to give the Eagles a lot of credit of some of the things that they were doing and how the Saints kind of had to react to it.
Did the Saints defense look a little tired towards the end? They defended a total of 77 plays.
No doubt about it. I mean, I think when you go 3 and out as much as we did offensively, or you don't hold the ball but maybe a minute or two, that's a recipe for disaster for any defense. And so I no doubt about it, they were tired. And, you're tired of defending that RPO look and, kind of the read option look, some of those things that the Eagles are going to give to you. And I thought that offensive line for the Eagles kind of dominated that game.